So the first episode that I'm going to talk about is a recap of episode 5. And episode 5 was all about the Iron Claw. So I still haven't seen the movie Iron Claw that stars like Zac Efron and a bunch of other guys. And I still want to see the movie. And unbeknownst to me, I didn't that they actually had this documentary, or that they were going to come out with an episode of this. And what this does is this clears up a lot of what we see in a lot of what people see in the movie, because I still haven't seen it yet. But a lot of what people see in the movie, it gets cleared up with this documentary. And so, just like anything, that's made into theatrical format, we know that directors and producers and writers, they take their own liberties and they decide to kind of switch some things up. So a couple of things that was different from so yeah so Iron Claw, it is about the Von Erich family. The Von Erich family, this is a wrestling family. So this is a movie about wrestling and their story. So the big thing about the Von Erichs was, it was a family of six, and he might have had some daughters, but they focus on he has 6 sons. This guy named Fritz Von Erich, and their real last name is actually Atkinson, but they go by the stage name Von Erich. So Fritz Von Erich had 6 sons. In the movie they only depict 5 of the sons. And and what happens is they have 6 sons. 5 of them go on to try wrestling or be in wrestling, and only one of them is alive today. So all these sons die. So a couple of things that we're going to talk about. So I'm kind of getting into the timeline of the family. So and maybe some like kind of misconceptions of it. So they had 6 sons in real life. So they had Jack Von Erich, Kevin Von Erich, David Von Erich, Carrie Von Erich. They had Mike and then Chris Von Erich, right? And so Jack, and they do show this they depict this somehow in the movie. The only kid they don't include is the youngest one, who he died at like age 21. But that's the only thing that they don't include. And but the youngest, the firstborn, he died when he was 7 years old. This little boy died by being electrocuted. So he was allowed to go out to play. He wanted to go outside. He was being watched by his grandma. His dad is, a wrestler. He's on the road, right? And probably his mom was probably helping out. So grandma's watching the little boy. The little boy says he wants to go out and play with his friends. So he goes out. The grandma says, "Yeah, go ahead." So this is a different time. Little kids were allowed to walk where they needed to walk to. So the little kid goes out. The grandma calls the friend's house because that's where she expects him to be. The mother picks up the phone and she says, um, "Nah, Jack did not come here. Like I don't know what you're talking about." They immediately call the cops. They're trying to find Jack. The police find Jack. They found that he was dead. This little boy got electrocuted. So he was walking, and who knows where this was at, but or like what it was, but there was some type of exposed power line that was touching a metal fence, or metal yeah a metal fence. And he touches the metal fence as it like creates some type of current or some type of connection with the exposed wire, and the little boy is electrocuted. And they find him in a puddle. So they say that he got electrocuted. Um his body ends up, displaced. And then they say he may have drowned in the puddle, or he may have died from the electrocution. So we got that.